Hey viewers, welcome to another video on Domination. It seems that there were quite a few, problems with my last rule video, so I decided to put a little more text in it and actually write all the rules down so you can actually read with me. So first of all, the positions on the board. Each of you has received an email with some files in it, and one of these files is this little thing, which is the game board with all the numbers, and one of those files is the actual overview. And if you look here, this would be player 1, who would be located here. So 7 would be where your flag is, and player 2 is this one, so that is the 9 where your flag is. Then the red one here is player 3, who is located here. The green one is player 4, which is located here. The yellow one is player 5, which is located here. And the purple one is player number 6 and is located here. So these are the high value targets, and the middle one is the highest value, but we'll get to that. The black ones, as you can see, don't have a number, so you cannot actually move into them, and that's the whole point. So, continuing. The goal of the game is to dominate the other players, and you can do that by building troops and by, basically gaining control of the map. So the sequence in which everything is going to happen is first the move command is issued. So you first the troops you want to move are removed from the one hexagon to the other hexagon where they are added, and that's before doing anything else. The next step 2, building the buildings. So if you choose to build barracks, for example, in a certain spot, you can they will be built after the move step but before the build troops, so you can actually use them to build troops out of. So you can use the barracks you built in this turn to actually build troops this turn. You cannot move the troops because the move command already happened. Then at 4 we resolve the conflicts that arise, because if 2 players are in the same spot, in the same hexagon, that will result in a conflict which is dealt with. And finally, you get income for all of the hexagons you still have at the end of turn. So, movement then. Troops can move 1 hexagon per turn, and you can choose any adjacent hexagon to move to. You can move 5 armies per turn. The size of the armies doesn't matter. So if you want to move 1 marine only, that is the same amount of that is considered 1 army. But if you want to move 250 marines and 500 tanks, then you can also do that. So that would also be 1 army, or could also be 1 army. You cannot move into the black hexagons, as I said, but they aren't numbered, so it is impossible to move into them. The production. It's split into buildings and units. First of all, we're going to produce buildings. You can build a maximum of 5 buildings per hexagon. That's barracks plus factories. So if you can have 2 barracks and 3 factories, or you can have 5 barracks, or you can have 5 factories. You'll have to figure that out on your own. You can only build buildings in 5 hexagons per turn, but you can build multiple buildings in each of these hexagons. So barracks cost 5 gold to build, factories cost 10 gold to build. It's as easy as that. Then the units, you can build 1 marine per barracks in a hexagon. You can build 1 tank per factory. You can build troops in up to 20 hexagon every turn, but it doesn't mean that you can only build 20 troops. you can build a maximum of 100 troops in one turn, because you can have up to 5 buildings in each of the hexagons, and with 20 hexagons you can have 100 troops. You can build troops out of buildings built this turn, as I said, because the build unit step is after the build building step. You can actually give the command to build a marine when the building doesn't exist yet, but is going to be built this turn. Then troops built this turn cannot move this turn. As I said, the move command has already passed by the time that you build your troops, but you can use them to defend. So if you're afraid that you're going to get attacked, you can actually build 5 buildings in that hexagon and build 5 troops and use them to defend. But that's up to you, of course. Warfare then. You gain control of a hexagon when you are the only player that has troops in the hexagon, meaning that after the conflict phase, if you're the last one standing, then you get the hexagon. If there's no troops in the hexagon after the conflict has been resolved, because that could happen as well, then the previous owner, or well, it doesn't change ownership basically. So whoever was the controller before is still the controller. So you stay in control until someone else gains control of it. That's basically an extension of the rule, but it also means that you can have 0 troops in your hexagons, because, well, you don't need to keep something in there to keep control of it. You gain 1 gold for grey hexagons, 2 gold for yellow hexagons, and 5 gold for the golden hexagon in the center. So yeah, I think that's quite kind of obvious. So the middle part of the map gets you a lot more gold than the surrounding area, but there's more of the surrounding area, so I guess that's good as well. The combat system, yeah, I'm not giving any details about the calculations, and you will need to figure out how the combat system works while playing the game. Well, that's it, and yeah, enjoy the game.